não foi 2-0, né?
Cohesiveness, you go to Nongshim, right? Like the top side
Não
is
me fala que foi
insane.
2-0.
You have great engage. You have good kiteback potential as well.
Because I think
Mano,
these players are really
eu
good,
acho
and this
os
drop
da
edge
T1
is
muito ruim, velho. Sério mesmo.
okay. They
Muito
just
ruim.
walk past one another. That's a bit cute.
Yeah, so Lands, I think, tried to sneak it.
Oh no, he's been
O que
baited.
tu vai fazer de Pantheon ali para a Kali contra...
House Piorado mandou R$10. Vai rolar um Ragnarok ou um Elder Ring?
Elder Ring não tem o grupo. Ragnarok... Não, tá louco. Muito tempo, mano. MMO que precisa jogar é muito tempo, mano. Só MMO com um bot inserido.
There's first blood going over to Jiu. And I hadn't factored that in when I said that.
That the gold lead kind of shrinks again.
Yep. Oh, here's the on-horn. Everyone's flashing in, and Ona just going to put a stick into the little yodel. Takes down the Rumble here. I would have said first blood.
Cannons.
The amount of cannons, exactly.
Which some would argue is the most important stat in League of Legends. Oh, that's
right,
W used.
Yeah, Gideon looking for the angle here, and he should be able to find it. There's the permafrost, there's the ulti, and holding people in place is something that Sejuani is pretty good at. No flash available. The equalizer was probably unnecessary, but it looked very, very cool. And so that is going to be the return kill.
On her, because even with her ult, you can buy safety, but you can't buy space. So not being able to displace yourself is definitely a big sacrifice
O Abadag tá em time?
to be made. But yeah, so going
Se o
back to the
Abadag
bot
tivesse
side,
em time, ele é uma boa opção pra Cade, mano. No
He
joke.
didn't have to use it last time. As over the
Meu
wall goes
Deus,
Calyx.
o
I'm
Yone
not sure
jogando.
about this one because he's now getting closed in on. There's the round, and he
jogou bem
flashes
ainda.
away. Now Faker looking for an angle onto Gideon, who has to flash. As there's the Grand Starfall, everyone piling in as we have zoomed out so far. I didn't even know this was possible. It's absolutely insane. Down goes the jungler. Calyx now in trouble, but he's able to dash his way out. And it is just one kill, but
here with
man,
Gideon, unfortunately, yeah, never gonna get out of that. Like, does a decent job of sidestepping, but there's just way too much damage.
in the meantime, that particular trade, and has moved into a gold advantage
Calyx.
off the back end of that players. Yeah, Calyx is going to try and unbind the soul as best he can. Great knock-up as the ulti comes through as well. Calyx actually managing to do pretty well in the fight, but still, Faker with the perfect execution is going to be able to take him down, and Gideon.
T1, the squad lead slowly extending, and yeah, as I was highlighting, even though a lot of the characters are melee, you do have a lot of effective range as Doran.
Doran, I don't know. Okay, it's going to be a 2v2. They get the knock-up. Bouncy castle here for Kingen, but the equalizer was doing so much work. The flash comes down, and Calyx just picks up the kill, and somehow Kingen limps away. Win a best of 5 against maybe even this team.
Could happen.
And so, picking up a victory here, going to be a big deal. Of course, starting off the red side a little bit rough here for T1. They have benefited a lot from the first pick ability. And Nongshim being able to utilize that one here.
Oh, there's the collapse.
That's a big old knock-up as Carrier is coming in. They're looking for an angle, and they want to get both of them. There is the ulti to come out. The ult comes through as well from Calyx, who looks to unbind the soul, and he's just dead. Last hit by the Shuriken. That is deadly. And now the Rift Herald is just going to pop down for fun and not do a whole lot.
Yeah, so Gideon tried to take the... He missed the bus. He tried to take the Rift Herald X. I'm pretty sure it happened to T1 at some point as well. They're one of the other teams that really like those poke-style combos.
Whoa, there's a flash over the grand entrance. Headbutt is going to go towards Faker. As now Jiu getting stunned up. And has to go into that Featherstorm pretty early on. Permafrost goes down. Jiu's trying to kite as best he can. Has the perfect execution, max range from Faker. He's going to lock down the kill. He does die, but Calyx is also now in trouble. As he does have to snap back. That is still Gideon picking up the kill there as Equalizer in fantastic position. And Lahens is just dancing around his fight like a ballerina. And a harpoon just one-shots the Jin. Is Rumble a better AD carry than Jin? What the heck was that, Kingen? As that's an ace for Nongshim. That's a 5 for 1. Okay. I saw the start of that fight.
And Rumble
yeah.
is just cooking the entire... what?
well, they're cooking steak, I guess. That's what they're having today. As now Owner is also in a whole lot of trouble. Faker dancing around this fight, though. He's got that perfect execution. Great knock-up to come through from Doran. As now Gideon will get taken down. Faker able to get out this time as the curtains have been called. But it's curtains for Doran.
Até um eles estão no... Apesar, né, de tudo, eles estão ainda no roteiro deles, não estão?
Too long, and now an equalizer going to block off both Owner and Faker, and otherwise not do anything at all. So Gideon does go down, 2-for-1 trade at the minute, as that shuriken backflip kind of gorgeous there.
Até aí a Loud também tinha... Não, mas o da Loud já passou, mano.
Doran does have
já passou a fase.
You can see
eles já deviam estar melhorando.
Remember, he has zero range.
Oh,
a deadly flurry.
Melhorando muito mais rápido no caso.
Take this one down. The ultimate from Calyx says absolutely not as the ram comes in and they take down Lahens. Chiu trying his very best to kite as Faker gets himself all the way back to his shroud and isn't going to be able to offer any more damage. And a Lahens
is there. But right here, T1 really wants to try and extend this play with the other debuff still there. But it's the recall and straight into another fight after
Yes, this is what we'd be doing. Get out, get straight back in again. As Lahens is going to interrupt Faker and Chiu's going to take him down now and equalizer on top of Gumi again.
And straight into
Nossa, olha o TP do Faker, velho.
Get out, get straight back in again. As
Meu
Lahens is going to interrupt Faker and Chiu's going to
Faker.
take him down now and equalizer on top of Gumi.
Se sou eu dando esse TP numa live... Meu Deus do céu, o clipe sai no Twitter, no Renecrodilo. Dedos mumificados, velho, ruim. Para de jogar. Nossa senhora.
Miyushi, and there is no one to defend him. Down goes both of the damage dealers. T1 have no way out. They are just cooked. This dragon is now going to be taken. That is a clean ace, an objective steal, and whatever the heck else Nongshim want to get.
I thought the 1-for-5 was the best deal they were gonna get.
There's always a better deal. So if they look at this, yeah, and a unit. This time around, though, they're going to look for the pick on towards this.
He's real dead.
King, and yeah, he's really dead. They're going to be able to take that one.
Na verdade que hoje o Faker não joga no lugar do Runner, né, mano?
Over this wall, and we'll see whether T1 can get here in time. 1,000 gold. He doesn't flash in early enough, and the Baron is secured. There's a glacial prison as well, as Gideon just trying to get himself out of there. Nongshim wanting to protect the Barons. And Ona is
Dementador de plantão mandou R$5. Tô lá, o Nau foge do painho, esconde Nau. Que o Carioca cozinha o Vosso e o Peter. Nau corra, faça o reactem. E enquanto isso, o Revolta no Curto e Atom.
Carioca cozinhou você e o Peter? Carioca cozinhou você e o Peter. Não tem como ele cozinhar os dois, porque a gente teve opiniões diferentes. Não faz muito sentido, não.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gumiyushi gonna have to be chased out of this one. And we'll see whether he's gonna survive. The permafrost is in range, and it in fact just last hits him. They will trade their walking barbecue. It's extraordinary.
O que você tá achando do Subatom parcelado Revolta? Eu também tô fazendo Subatom. Eu tô desde janeiro no Subatom aqui, mano. É que infelizmente meu PC precisa descansar, então eu desligo ele, mas eu volto, entendeu? E o Subatom tá rolando.
Con, great deal. 1-for-5, wonderful. 5-for-0, I thought it didn't get better. Because I understand why T1 is trying to fight there. They know the game is basically over, and you got to go for the Hail Mary fight after Nongshim just taken down Nash. But this first game is looking like the T1 draft not working out, but there is a good amount of power picks that I am worried that have already been taken away, right? Gumayushi's Jhin, I think, has been by far his best champion. That already off the table, and him not having the best performance on it, not a great sign.
Yep. And also being able to pick Rakan in a game 1 and not having it get punished by things like Poppy and the Talia is kind of huge as well. So Lahens getting a lot of advantages out of that. Speaking of which, he goes in, doesn't quite find Guma, and he's likely going to get popped. Does try and battle dance his way out, and in fact he does. Into the backline goes Faker, but they just see him and destroy him. The ulti from Calyx as well collects the rest of them, and Nongshim are just playing with their food at this point. It's a triple kill for Chiu. They just need to wait for the Congo line of minions, and the Noodle Boys will do it here in game 1 against T1. We're gonna have to see some better champions picked from our third place team here in the LCK if they want to be able to reign supreme against Nongshim. And you best believe
to this team, I think you go lethality. I don't think you want to be near anyone on that team.
Yeah, especially with the Gwen.
Yeah, you want to be able to fight for pride. Even Scott. Oh, he doesn't know.
No.
Again? A second first blood?
Well, they're going to look for it. There's the hook connecting. And a flash heroic charge. Doran's
Caralho,
wheeled
bom
it.
flash do... da Fox.
Nongshim are just the architects of the level 1. Getting it towards the top side. And, I mean, Owner is just going to try and go for this one again. As he does boop him away, the flash has to be invested. As now Doran could be in trouble. He's battling with both the turret and the Jace. As he picks up the aggro. And there's the hook from King. That was absolutely extraordinary. Picks up the second kill for Nongshim.
There's no way, because look, the thing here is, I thought Owner was just going to go in.
Yeah, and you heard the response. He was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Ô, mano, esse dive aqui da T1 lembrou muito os dive top da Liberty ano passado, mano. Todo respeito. Lembrou muito.
Great flash. Yeah, he's like...
Advantages.
Which
he said that before the play even happened.
Oh my god, there's no shot.
Oh, okay. Well,
they're bullying him!
Doran's not having a great time. The hook catches him as well, of course it does. Calyx, he's going to grab a piece of the pie here. And Nongshim, they've
Ele não pode nem dar TP de volta nessa situação.
So I guess the read was the Puppey would be on the way, but then you just can't go for that play as Lahans.
Yeah, Lahans taking a lot of damage, and there is the last hit. So I'm not sure what his plan was.
That too is Lahans. Has his flash.
Indeed.
Gideon on Puppey. We've seen this man do... Oh
dear.
No.
Well, Doran may die again. As, yeah, there's the interruption on the dash. Gets thrown into the sky, booped back by the big hammer, and Doran will get taken down. Kingen collects himself the kill. And they need to really start thinking about... I mean, we're going to start wasting time soon. May as well pick up a cannon. All right. Owner coming on in, though. 3 versus 2 here on this top side. Jiu is walking very, very slowly. Blocks the Winter's Bite. And they're unable to get it. The hook does come back as Jiu's burning. Owner in a bit of trouble. Owner finds it with the piercing arrow.
Cara, eles estão sendo humilhados right and left, mano. O Cadinho falou que foi o outdeft absurdo da T1 nesse jogo. Você concorda? Cara, eu concordo. Quando eu vi os dois defts, eu falei, mano, a T1 tem um draft melhor, eu pensei. Mas eles estão sendo humilhados, velho.
What is this, Nongshim? About this is the fact that Nongshim could be solidifying Legend Group here, as the door does have to be put up, and Gideon, he's making his way over, wasted no time at all. 2-for-1 special with that Halo.
Se me falasse que é um jogo de T1 contra a Nongshim e tirassem os nicks, eu tinha certeza que o headside era T1. Outplays, draft ruim, etc.
Arrows, and that is going to be one picked up for Jiu and one going over to Gideon. Nongshim just styling this game. Get a few nights sleep, maybe like go and like see a
like
movie
a little
or something like that.
A little retreat.
Little retreat, you know. Otherwise, this is going to be very, very rough. Lens possibly going to face check here as he doesn't get the buffer. Chains of Corruption comes down, gets a nice double knock up. He's actually investing a fair bit here as he does try and get the stun up. Flash does come out and Nongshim just not able to follow up in time, even though he bought a fair bit of it.
Doran as well. But with this game state, I feel like...
we hex flash in. Finds the stun here as well. The door will go up, so time could be bought here as a double knock up from Gideon is gorgeous. Ignite ticking down and Carrier, he won't be okay. As there's a realm warp coming in and he's gonna have to walk the wrong direction. Kingen will be able to block him off. He's taking them on a merry jaunt around Summoner's Rift here as the flash goes in. Kingen just looking to challenge Goomer and he takes him down, even though the flash was invested. Doran, I don't think, is going to be diving Jiu here. And Carrier is going to make it out. So Goomer dies. Carrier sins, I guess.
That can't happen. Lucian is one of those AD carries where you have so much mobility, you have so much innate safety. Can't walk up.
We're ganking Calyx. He doesn't have flash. He's going to try and look for something back, but he does not get it. And there it is, Doran picking up a kill here for T1. And Owner going to come on over and look to try and steal away the crab. Does not manage to get the smite, but it was a cute little effort. Isn't going to get punished for it or anything like that. Plate goes down in the mid lane. And T1 keeping it within touching distance here. 1,200 gold. Gumiushi just got back, guys. Okay, Gideon is going in, misses the Q straight up, but that is going to be a lot of damage going down there as Carrier looks to try and get something back.
Foi humilhante esse jogo,
he's going in
velho.
and actually had the passive on him, and now they're looking for Doran, who was very far up. Gideon's just dead because Ona did make it towards this bottom lane eventually. And
Must
Nongshim
have been the retreat, or maybe it was the hot springs or the sauna or something. Oh, they like just did it's the classic, you know, snip my fingers and the
yeah,
time
they did
pauses.
a bit of time dilation type stuff.
That's powerful.
That must
Por
have been
exemplo,
what it
tu
was.
olha, o Gold tá bom, tem jogo. Aí tu vai ver que tem uma vantagem no Scar, né? É uma vantagem mínima no Victor. Mas o jogo tá muito ruim.
Or maybe they're professional gamers that don't let the game state get to them.
Don't tilt quite as easily as either of us.
Titanium mental, you know? Or maybe enough people were tilted on their behalf for them not to be, as Doran is going to get slammed to the wall. He's dead, guys. This is a Gwen that is not immune. The inner turret is likely to fall down as well as Calyx. Let's see whether he can survive on the other side of the map. This is called a cross-map play, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. As Calyx does deal with the wave, and now he's just looking to run.
I think he just wants the wave.
He will probably be able to get most of it, as it does take a little bit of time. One last little auto, there it is. Faker's able to lock that one down. But Kingen did get this.
That trend kind of continues.
Yes.
Nongshim is going to get the second Drake. If the poke comp gets Hextech Soul, I think that...
it's not Hextech Soul.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It's 60
I thought we were already on the second
there.
dragon, but there's been too much going on. Oh, my statement
Your
stands.
statement's
a bit unhappy. I think that T1 need all the damage they can get, because it's got to be coming down to the team fights here.
Well, I've seen this one before, as Jiu going to cleanse. Not going to get slowed down, but Lehens may pay for it, as he does get the aftershock. He's actually pretty tanky. Chains of Corruption go in, but the answering door is going to be there. Steadfast presence, though, is Gideon. Alex may have just killed himself by stopping that back.
Yeah, you're not getting off your realm warp, I don't think, against Skarner.
No. That is not happening. Does get a very large boost of speed with that phase rush. Oh, and he gets out! That was sick. That was sick, Calyx. Did have to invest the flash for it, but damn, he looked cool.
Damn, he looked cool.
One more wave for a flash. I say...
it wasn't even one more wave. It was throwing a Q into nothing.
No, I know. I was about to say, it was stylish. It wasn't good.
Yeah, okay. Faker takes 1 billion damage.
No flash.
And then some from Kingen. And now Kingen's getting teleported on. Gideon going to be moving up here. We'll see whether he can get the crab. He will be able to, as Kingen is just dead.
I think they had no vision. Like, because otherwise Gideon could have just roamed up.
Oh, that was sexy. And there it is. Big spike now.
I don't know if T1 can really fight this, but that's soul point for Infernal Soul, Atlas!
At 23 minutes. T1, they're going to try and get over here. Doran gets into the pit. Ona, can you actually drive your way through and steal it? He cannot. And they just get rid of the Gwen. The culling does nothing, and Nongshim say thanks for the soul point. And it feels to me...
T1 were in a position where they were not pretty substantially behind as...
Oh dear. Well, Doran is going to try to make this one work. He flashes, but yeah, no, Kingen is just going to hit him with...
Doran, I'm trying to defend you, but that flash, I cannot. No can do.
No.
Maybe it might be an Otacon angle. Yeah, Kingen has flash. Or TP, I think they should look towards that.
Unless they can go for some sort of fight, which, you know, 4 versus 5.
They are Nongshim,
so that's ainda deu jogo, velho.
Yep, teleport comes in from King and get him into the area. And it looks like it's either
fight
or Otacon or both.
Esses times coreanos é muito estranho, velho. O cara tem uma vantagem de 2.4k no top, mas o gold total do jogo tá even, mano. Um cara pega 1k500 aqui, tipo, o jogo explode.
All of the above. There it is. The engage, the slam into the wall. Great knockups, though, coming through from this Braum. But Carrier, he can only do so much. Gumiushi finds the culling onto the side, and Gideon, he's just unkillable. I just don't know whether we're ever getting through this poppy. Calyx was somewhere at that time.
He's not even building tanky. He went Sundered Sky first.
Whoa, it's a flash from King, and he's looking for another one. The flash comes out, the slow is cleansed, but you cannot cleanse.
O Kingen, esse jogo, ele lembrou... Ele lembrou os momentos dele de final de Worlds, hein? Só que não era os Zeus. Ele joga motivado contra T1.
I mean, Noodles, man.
biting off way more than they can chew. You're guaranteed down a member,
and you're just not allowed. You're not allowed to make that play.
You have to wait until they're.
Well, Kingen is going to go into 4 people and die. He, of course, didn't have very much choice there, as Calyx is splitting on the other side. Jiu's in the mid lane.
Oh, this
might look like a good pick for T1, but Nongshim are very happy with this. That's inner turret, outer turret for Hammerman.
Hammerman.
Hextech Hammerman.
I do like.
It felt good to say.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say it again.
I like Hammerman. He is, as Calyx.
He is sometimes Gunman. This is Bookman, and Bookman is in a bit of trouble. Keeper's verdict, and it's in. The verdict is no more Gamush.
They're able to turn the game around. Not unlike one of my other favorite legal games, Phoenix Wright, right? Turnabout T1.
I knew you were going to do it.
They
I knew you were going to do it. Gideon
Yeah.
goes in, but it was right as Ona was going in himself, and then he just looks a bit silly. Ona takes a fair bit of damage, but Nongshim are now on the run. It was, I'd almost say it was kind of lucky, as now Doran is looking for even more. No, don't do it. You don't need to, as he flashes forward. And just blast cones his way out. They need to deny
Esse
this
solo,
dragon.
não?
That's
Não
absolutely
tem
true.
flash.
As Kingen is an absolute monster, but not if these shock blasts do not land. And Nongshim will not be able to challenge for that infernal dragon. T1 just bought themselves 5 minutes.
Is that Edgeworth's music I hear? Are we in a Phoenix Wright game?
Oh,
is this
no.
Ace Attorney? Turnabout T1?
Well, I don't know about that because Kingen is going to
Porra,
come
é
over and
essa,
yeah. Gumshoes is like,
Okay, no.
brother, that is not evidence.
And when Gumshoe's correcting, you know you really messed
Exactly.
up. Faker was on a flank. Do they have the resources to really do anything here?
Ai,
No, they
olha
don't.
esses
I think they should get
cara.
out. It's fine. You got the dragon. Well, we are not going out.
Gwen is not immune if he just dives in. However, she can just kill him. And so down goes Kingen. Calyx is now golden, but in an awkward spot. In comes Gideon. Might be able to get the punishment here onto Doran, but he's done a decent job. But look at this.
Meu Deus, a
It's
última
the
bomba!
tanks, and they're rushing towards them. That's going to be the kill on Agumiyushi. Faker comes over, though. He is now a person with damage, and Jiu is going to try and win the game alone here on the top side of the map. It's gotten silly. It's gotten silly very quickly, but I think that thing where T1 are out on the map, and they've left their front door open. So they're going to go in and take their stuff. Well, we'll see whether they can, as Lance does get the interruption. That's beautiful onto Ona, as now Gideon just says goodbye to Doran. And Carrier there to defend, but now Ona and Faker are in so much trouble. The two-man Impale is gorgeous with the Arcane Storm layered on top, but Kingen is going to survive. The phase rush again, saving Nongshim. And they just lose the jungler. It is only Ona that goes.
I don't think they can. I think they have to give it the Baron.
I mean, last time they tried to do this, they all died. And the Baron still went, and the Otacon went at the same time. Like, I understand why they're just going to back away, and now Baron is picked up.
Doran doesn't get knocked away. If he had flashes, didn't have it, FYI, but if he did, you have the damage. The reset comes through. The turn is Calyx.
Calyx is going to flash. That's a pretty high value one, but still he's going to get impaled. Does have the Seraphs, does go golden. The T1, it's only a matter of time. They just wait it out. They take down the Rise, but that's a two-man investment into just one on the side of Nongshim. 20 seconds until the Infernal, as you indicate to me there, Chronicler, could be a big deal.
So they have about 40 seconds before Rise shows up. Their engage isn't great, but they got to force right now.
Yep, got to try and find something here. As the
Cara, o jogo ficou dramático demais ainda, velho.
Themselves out of here as Gideon will be able to secure.
Zoom on Scuttle.
Yeah, the crab. That's a good one. Chains of Corruption comes in here as if they kill Ona, that's a big deal. But the door goes up. Keeper's verdict is going to make it an even fight as they take down the Jason. So much of the damage with the puppy. Oh my God, Gideon, you are so incredible. Doran goes gold and the culling is going to get cancelled.
Caralho.
He's just...
Pô, na moral, mano, as lutas desses caras parecem LoL 2, velho. A luta desses caras parece LoL 2, velho. Que isso, mano?
Dead. It's a trip. Even comes in here as they secure.
Zoom on Scuttle.
Yeah, the crab. That's a good one. Chains of Corruption comes in here as if they kill Ona, that's a big deal. But the door goes up. Keeper's verdict is going to make it an even fight as they take down the Jason. So much of the damage with the puppy. Oh my God, Gideon, you are so incredible. Doran goes gold and the culling is going to get cancelled. Another knock-up as Goomer is in...
Cara, o que o Gideon e o Gil jogaram é brincadeira, velho. O Gil jogou muito bem, velho. A Pop e o Varo humilharam, velho.
Oh my god, Gideon, you are so incredible! Doran goes gold and the culling is going to get cancelled. Another knock-up as Goomer is in... He's just dead. It's a triple here for Gio, and they are just
E esse foi 4v5, né? Ryze não tava.
Alex is like, guys, what happened?
Oh, look at the fake wins going 2-0.
Esse Ryze foi carregado, mano.
Noodles in the top half of the LCK.